Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we talk about how to safely load a motorcycle into your pickup. Those of you who have a trailer, it's a little easier. If you don't have a trailer like me, you've got to get it up into the back of this truck, and the one thing I want to avoid, damage to the motorcycle, damage to me, and I don't want to end up on one of those videos. So guys, I am a one-man show. It's me all the time. Every now and then I'll have a little bit of help to get things up into the truck, but majority of times it is me alone. And I'm gonna go over how I do it to get it up into my 1978 Ford F-150 4x4. And I do it with this stool, that ramp, and a winch that's normally installed right up there, but we have to replace. And I can load pretty much any motorcycle into the back of the truck. The biggest one I put back there, CB 750s, my GPZ 1100, all that. I can get it up there and do it all by myself, safely, with the winch, the ramp, and that stool. The main reason why the stool is because I need to step on it so that I can then make this step up a little shorter. Just makes my life a little easier. Now, I may need to get a little taller stool because I've just recently got taller tires. And, it is a little bit bigger. So my step up is a little bit further than I would like, but it still works nonetheless. So let's get to work installing our new winch. I forgot to mention there's one other thing, or two other things. I've got these wheel chocks installed in the back. That just makes it easier. When I roll it up, it gives me an extra pair of hands. When I'm by myself, before I can strap it down, it's gonna hold it up so I don't have to worry about a bike falling over. Again, I want to be safe. I want to keep the bike from being damaged. I want to keep it from damaging me, and I don't want to end up on a video. So these chocks come in handy. One thing I do have these runners installed in the gaps so I can move my tie downs pretty much anywhere I want. And once I put those down, I was able to mount I was able to mount the chock straight here. All I have to do to take it off is undo these 4 bolts, and I can take this one out. So if we need the truck to do other things, I don't have to crawl underneath it to unbolt it. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and install it. So guys, the one I have, this is the Harbor Freight Special, 2,000 pounds. I'm not putting anything up there heavier than that, and you figure even I can drag up bikes that have stuck brakes or a chain that's rusted, and it doesn't, I've dragged those up. The good thing about what I have already is I've already got the mount bolted down, and I've got it bolted to, this is a piece of angle iron that goes all the way across the bed rail in the back, and it's bolted right to that. There's another piece of angle iron underneath here that's welded to it, and it bolts in just to make it so much stronger. It used to flex with bigger bikes. The back of this would pull. Now I don't have that fear anymore. It doesn't move at all. So now it's just 2 bolts and I'm back in. Okay, we got it all bolted down. This one right here was easy. That one over here is a little difficult. I got to fish this wrench in underneath and then use the old Eastvolt cordless ratchet to drive it home, but we got it. So the winch comes with this setup, And it's pretty easy. This guy goes on the motor, positive and negative, and this guy goes to power. So let's go ahead and wire it up. Okay, so it wires in pretty easy. You can see which one's positive and negative. This one even has a red little washer on there so you can see it. Now, I just have it hooked up to, I just use this little jump box. That way I can power it on, and then I can use this to out, 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 and then the other one in. The problem is I can't use this corded because how am I going to do it over there down the ramp with a motorcycle? This cord isn't long enough. This handle's too big, so I need a wireless remote. So let's go ahead and take this off and install the wireless remote. Okay, this is the wireless remote kit that I got from Amazon. And guys, this thing is super simple. Look at this. All the instructions are right there on it. Tells you exactly where to go, and it's easy peasy. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay. Can you hear that clicking? That's all I'm getting. Looks like I got foiled by the cheap Amazon wireless remote. I'm gonna have to send this one back and hopefully get another one. Okay, so I issued a return and a replacement, so fingers crossed that one will work. Okay guys, the thing I like most about having the winch is because when I get to right here, once I stop the winch, the bike's not going anywhere. So then I can push it up further. The problem is, how do I go from here to into the truck without it falling over? And that's where the winch holding on to it makes such a difference, because then I can step up here, take my time, and then roll it up and get it up there. Although I can't show you that today because my wireless remote doesn't work. So we'll have to, I'll put a video in right here of me loading one up or unloading it. It works the same way. That ramp, this stool, stay in the back of the truck all the time. And now that the winch is back on, we'll leave that there. We'll leave the jump box behind the seat, and I can load a motorcycle pretty much all the time. Now, what happens if you're just moving around smaller bikes? Maybe you don't have a truck and you need to find a way to move your bike around, and it's not very big. Maybe a CB350, CB450, somewhere in there. Let me show you another option. You know, you can have one of these hitch mounts, and these things are super affordable. They just go, you can ride bikes. I think that depends on the one you have. It's rated up to maybe 350, 400 pounds, which you can put a 350, 400 on there and you'd be good to go. And guys, this is just the ramp right here, hooks onto the end, put it on, Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. The one thing I want to do on the truck is I don't like the way it, even though it's not bolted down, it still has a little flex, a little movement, and that's because of the space in the square tubing. So what I want to run is from so just another bit of square tubing that goes to my frame right here to here, just to stop this. And if I did that, wouldn't have to worry about anything. Something that I could go, something as simple from right here to right here, just to stop that on both sides, and that'd make life easier. Or I can go directly to the frame. But that big old bumper's mounted to the frame, so we should be good. So the reason why I'm concerned about this is years and years ago, when I got this ramp, you see how it's kind of bent, is I used to run up two. I used to run one here and another one right next to it, and I'd run up the one on the left, push the bike on the center one. Well, the problem is that it twisted. Thankfully I caught the bike between me and the ground, and no harm, no foul. But ever since then, that's when I got serious about putting the winch on the back to make life just so much easier. You know, might as well be safe. So guys, that's our system for loading motorcycles safely all by yourself into the back of our 1978 Ford F-150 4x4. And it makes my life so much easier, just being able to do it. Now, it'll be even easier once I have the working wireless remote. The only problem is with the wireless remote is when you're by yourself and you're mid-load or mid-unloading, you can't drop the remote. Oh, Carrie. I dropped it. That would stink if I was by myself and I dropped the remote. Okay, that's good. Awesome. One hook. Thank you very much. TY, good buddy. Ask me how I know. Because I was hanging out back here by myself. Thankfully, Carrie was in the backyard and I dropped the remote coming down. Now I can't leave because I'm at that point of no return. I'm too far down to where I can't go back up, and I couldn't get back into the truck. I couldn't go down because it's tied to the winch. Thankfully, she was home. If not, I'd still be screaming. So guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.